Tom Jones is widely regarded as one of the most powerful voices in music and remains an icon of his generation. Even after turning 80, he continues to earn admiration for his talent and dedication. However, behind his remarkable career lies a life filled with personal struggles, heartbreak, and difficult choices that many people are unaware of. Known as the man with the golden voice, Tom Jones has carried a lifetime of sorrow alongside his success. He married his high school sweetheart, Melinda Rose Linda Trenchard, after the two fell in love as teenagers. They married on March 2, 1957, in a simple ceremony that was arranged after Linda became pregnant. Soon after, they welcomed their son Mark, beginning their journey into parenthood at a young age. To provide for his growing family, Tom worked a series of ordinary jobs, including construction work and a position at a glove factory. At the time, his future as a global music star was still uncertain, but his extraordinary voice hinted at the success that was yet to come. Despite their deep bond, their marriage was tested by Tom's repeated infidelities. As his fame grew, he became involved in numerous highly publicized affairs. Each revelation caused Linda immense pain, yet she remained devoted to their marriage and stood by him through the years. In April 2016, Linda passed away after battling cancer. Her death devastated Tom, who often described her as his greatest source of strength and support. Unable to live with the memories surrounding their Los Angeles mansion, he sold the property and moved into a modest apartment in London, keeping only treasured photographs and memories of the life they had built together. Throughout his career, Tom openly admitted to having countless relationships with groupies, claiming that during the height of his fame, he had as many as 250 encounters in a single year. He was also romantically linked to several well-known women, including singer Mary Wilson, television presenter Charlotte Laws, and former Miss World Marjorie Wallace. One of the most controversial stories came from actress Cassandra Peterson, best known as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She revealed that losing her virginity to Tom Jones was a painful and traumatic experience that reportedly required medical treatment. Tom's personal life became even more complicated in 1987, when a brief relationship with model Catherine Berkery resulted in the birth of a son. DNA testing later confirmed that Tom was the child's father in 1989. However, he remained largely absent from his son Jonathan Berkery's life and showed little interest in building a relationship with him. He also faced financial challenges during his career. After the UK introduced a 98% top income tax rate in the 1970s, Tom chose to live abroad as a tax exile. In 1976, he purchased a mansion in Los Angeles from Dean Martin, where he spent many years balancing the rewards of fame with the consequences of his personal decisions. One of the brightest moments in his career was meeting his idol, Elvis Presley, in 1965 on the set of Paradise Hawaiian Style. The two developed a close friendship, often performing and spending time together in Las Vegas. Their friendship lasted until Elvis's death in 1977. Years later, rumors suggested that Tom was romantically involved with Priscilla Presley, Elvis's former wife. Tom denied the speculation, explaining that they had simply been close friends for decades and found comfort in each other's company after experiencing personal loss. In 2015, Tom shared his life story in his autobiography, Over the Top and Back. The book offered an honest account of his journey through fame, success, personal mistakes, and heartbreak, while also reflecting on the evolution of British pop music and entertainment from the 1960s onward. Despite everything he endured, Tom continued to focus on his health and well-being, even adopting inversion therapy as part of his fitness routine. His life remains a remarkable story of extraordinary musical achievement, personal loss, resilience, and perseverance. Tom Jones's life has been filled with both triumphs and hardships. The emotional and physical struggles he endured became the backdrop to a remarkable musical career that touched millions of people around the world. His extraordinary voice and lasting legacy continue to resonate with fans across generations. To truly appreciate his journey, it's important to understand where it all began. Born Thomas John Woodward. On June 7, 1940, Tom Jones grew up at 57 Kingsland Terrace in Treforest, Wales. He was the son of Frida Jones and Thomas Woodward, a hard-working coal miner. His family was primarily of English descent, with Welsh roots on his mother's side, giving him a rich British heritage. Tom received his education at Wood Road Infant School, Wood Road Junior School, and later Pontypridd Central Secondary Modern School. While he never showed much enthusiasm for academics or sports, His passion for music was evident from an early age. He regularly performed at family gatherings, weddings, and in his school choir, where his exceptional vocal talent quickly became impossible to ignore. At the age of 12, Tom's childhood took an unexpected turn when he was diagnosed with tuberculosis, a serious illness that forced him to spend nearly 2 years confined to bed. Reflecting on that difficult period, he later described it as the worst time of his life. Unable to enjoy a normal childhood, he immersed himself in music and art, spending countless hours listening to songs and drawing. Those years of isolation helped strengthen his love for music and played an important role in shaping his future career. As he matured, Tom developed the powerful, full-bodied baritone voice that would eventually become his signature. Interestingly, he once considered himself a tenor. He later explained that age naturally changed his vocal range, allowing him to lose some of the highest notes while gaining greater depth and richness in the lower register. In 1963, Tom took his first significant step toward becoming a professional musician by joining the Welsh beat group Tommy Scott and the Senators as their lead vocalist. The band quickly earned a loyal following throughout South Wales. The following year, they recorded several tracks with acclaimed producer Joe Meek. Despite his efforts to secure a recording contract, commercial success remained out of reach. Everything began to change in 1964 when Decca producer Peter Sullivan discovered the group performing at a local club. He introduced them to manager Phil Solomon, although their partnership lasted only a short time. Around that same period, Tom met Gordon Mills, the man who would ultimately transform his career. Recognizing Tom's exceptional talent, Mills became his manager and introduced him to the London music scene. He also suggested changing Thomas Woodward's stage name to Tom Jones, inspired by the Academy Award-winning 1963 film of the same name. The new identity helped establish a memorable image that would soon become known around the world. With Gordon Mills's guidance, Tom signed a recording contract with Decca Records. His debut single, Chills and Fever, was released in late 1964 but failed to gain commercial success. However, his follow-up single, It's Not Unusual, became an international breakthrough after receiving heavy airplay from the offshore pirate radio station Radio Caroline. The song launched Tom Jones into stardom almost overnight. By 1965, his career had reached a major turning point. It's Not Unusual climbed to #1 on the UK charts and also reached the top 10 in the United States, establishing Tom Jones as one of the most exciting new voices in popular music. Send the next section whenever you're ready, and I'll keep the same polished style throughout. Following the success of It's Not Unusual, Tom Jones quickly became an international sensation. The song reached the top 10 in the United States, opening the door to even greater opportunities. Recognizing his growing popularity, manager Gordon Mills arranged for Tom to record theme songs for major films, including the James Bond classic Thunderball and What's New Pussycat, written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. Although Tom initially thought What's New Pussycat sounded unusual, he agreed to record it after Bacharach encouraged him. The song went on to become one of his signature hits. In recognition of his rapid rise to fame, Tom received the Grammy Award for Best New Artist in 1966. Around the same period, while filming at Paramount Studios in Hollywood, he finally met his lifelong idol, Elvis Presley. The two musicians formed a close friendship that lasted for years. As the late 1960s approached, Tom's popularity began to slow, prompting Gordon Mills to reinvent his image. He expanded Tom's musical style beyond pop, allowing him to explore a wider range of genres and keep his career fresh. His achievements continued to be recognized throughout the years. In 1989, Tom Jones received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, located at 6608 Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles. 2 years later, he collaborated with Van Morrison on the album Carrying a Torch, with Morrison writing and producing several tracks. Their partnership showcased the chemistry between two of Britain's most respected musicians. The Glastonbury Festival in 1992, further cementing his reputation as a global music icon. During the mid-1990s, he also expanded into acting, appearing as himself in Tim Burton's science fiction comedy, Mars Attacks. In one memorable scene, he continued performing as chaos unfolded around him before making a dramatic escape, creating one of the film's most entertaining moments. His career enjoyed another major revival with the release of the album Reload, which topped the UK albums chart and sold more than 4 million copies worldwide. The album featured several successful singles, with Sex Bomb becoming one of his biggest modern hits after reaching number 3 on the UK singles chart in 2000. That same year, Tom was invited by U.S. President Bill Clinton to perform during the Millennium New Year's Eve celebrations in Washington, D.C., highlighting his worldwide popularity. He also won the Brit Award for Best British Male and became the voice of Australia's National Rugby League advertising campaign. In 2002, Tom released the album Mr. Jones, produced by Wyclef Jean. Both the album and its lead single, Tom Jones International, reached the UK Top 40, proving that he remained relevant in an ever-changing music industry. His contributions to music were further honored in 2003 when he received the Brit Award for Outstanding Contribution to Music. The following year, he performed You Can Leave Your Hat On alongside the Pussycat Dolls and Carmen Electra during the VH1 Divas concert. As the only male guest performer, he stood out among an impressive lineup of female artists, while also joining the show's grand finale with his hit Kiss. In 2005, Tom returned to his hometown of Pontypridd, Wales, to celebrate his upcoming 65th birthday with a concert attended by around 20,000 fans. It marked his first performance there in more than 4 decades, making it an emotional homecoming. That same year, reports identified him as Wales's wealthiest entertainer, reflecting the incredible success he had achieved throughout his career. Tom continued collaborating with major artists, including Australian singer John Farnham, resulting in the live album Together in Concert. In 2006, he received one of Britain's highest honors when Queen Elizabeth II knighted him at Buckingham Palace for his outstanding contribution to music. Reflecting on the moment, Tom described the knighthood as one of the greatest achievements of his life. He remained a familiar face at major events, performing at the concert for Diana in 2007, alongside Aerosmith guitarist Joe Perry and singer Joss Stone. Their performance included several of Tom's classics, as well as a surprising cover of the Arctic Monkeys' I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, introducing his music to a younger generation. A passionate boxing fan, Tom was frequently invited to perform national anthems before some of the sport's biggest events. He sang before fights featuring Floyd Mayweather Jr., Ricky Hatton, Manny Pacquiao, Bernard Hopkins, and Joe Calzaghe, adding a memorable touch to these historic occasions. In 2008, Tom released 24 Hours, his first album of new material to be released in the United States in more than 15 years. Despite approaching his 70th birthday, he continued performing over 200 concerts annually, demonstrating his remarkable energy and commitment. That same year, he was inducted into the Hit Parade Hall of Fame and later appeared on Strictly Come Dancing to perform If He Should Ever Leave You, earning praise from both critics and fans. His remarkable longevity reached another milestone in 2009 when his charity Single Islands in the Stream, recorded with Ruth Jones, Rob Brydon, and Robin Gibb for Comic Relief, topped the UK singles chart. The achievement ended a 42-year gap between his #1 hits, making it one of the longest intervals ever recorded by a British artist. In 2010, Tom embraced a new musical direction with the critically acclaimed album Praise and Blame, a collection inspired by gospel and blues. Featuring songs by Bob Dylan, John Lee Hooker, Billy Joe Shaver, and others, the album highlighted a more soulful and reflective side of his artistry. Although some record executives initially doubted the project, Praise and Blame debuted at #2 on the UK albums chart, proving the skeptics wrong. By then, Tom had sold more than 100 million records worldwide. That same year, he performed at the Help for Heroes charity concert at Twickenham Stadium before 50,000 people and later appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman in New York. In 2011, he collaborated with actor and musician Hugh Laurie on the album Let Them Talk, further demonstrating his versatility. Tom continued experimenting with new sounds, releasing the Jack White-produced single Evil in 2012. He also joined the coaching panel of The Voice UK, where he mentored aspiring singers and introduced his experience to a new generation. Although he was disappointed when he was not retained for the 2016 season, he remained committed to creating new music, releasing albums such as Spirit in the Room and later Long Lost Suitcase. Throughout the late 2010s, Tom continued touring, collaborating with artists including Ed Sheeran, and returning to The Voice UK. His passion for performing never faded, and he remained a respected figure in the music world. In 2021, Tom released Surrounded by Time, his fourth collection of cover songs, produced by Ethan Johns. The album explored themes of aging, memory, and reflection, offering deeply personal interpretations of songs by other artists. it was praised for its emotional depth and mature perspective. The following year, Tom returned to Cardiff's Principality Stadium for 2 unforgettable concerts alongside the Stereophonics, with one performance broadcast live on BBC Two. Later in 2022, he delivered one of the most emotional performances of his career on The Voice UK, singing, "I Won't Crumble With You If You Fall." After the performance, Tom revealed the heartbreaking story behind the song. He explained that his late wife, Linda, had told him during her battle with cancer, "You can't crumble with me. You've done everything you can. You must carry on." Those words became the emotional foundation of the song, touching millions of listeners. Within just 24 hours of the performance, the song climbed to the top of the UK iTunes chart, proving that Tom Jones's music still had the power to move audiences around the world.